Hello and welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you are so inclined. In today's video, we're taking a look at these, the Cloud 2 Wireless from HyperX. Now these things currently retail for about 120 USD, and I've had many requests to take a look at them, so let's see if they're any good. So let's get straight in and give the mic a listen to. Now, with this being 120 USD, I wasn't expecting anything overly grand from it. And I was kind of right, but it's not bad in any particular term. When I started using this for my testing and played online with my friends, there was no complaints to what the mic sounded like or anything like that. It all just, I suppose, just passed through without them really realizing, and that sort of speaks volumes for headset mics, I suppose. But let's read a few bits from the box. Now, this does have legendary comfort, which is all absolutely beautiful, amazing sound. Well, we'll get onto that later. It's got virtual surround sound, of course, memory foam in the ear cups and on the headband, up to 30 hours of battery life. Now, that's actually quite impressive. These are Type-C charging as well, so they charge very rapidly and then you get almost an eternity to play. Now that's all great. It's also wireless, of course. Now I'm not going to do a test on wireless range, I never do with these, because that's completely dependent on the environment that you're in. So there's no real fair test to do for it, because the environment that all of us are in is completely and utterly different. Now let me know in the comments below what you think about this microphone. Personally, I think it's okay. It's kind of passable, but it's not the best by any stretch of the imagination. But at this price point, yeah, I think it's pretty good. Let me know below. Now, in terms of the audio for their HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless, well, it starts off sounding pretty good in terms of the spec. These are 53mm dynamic drivers with neodymium magnets, and it does have a frequency response which is fairly standard between 15 and 20,000 Hz. Now, where it gets interesting is its impedance for this is 60 ohms. But by the by, what do they sound like? Now, it sounds pretty good, especially in competitive games like first-person shooters, Warzone, things like that. Footsteps were very clear. There was a very good and rich emphasis on those gaming sounds, and I was remarkably impressed. When it came to scenic games like Tomb Raider, also very good. Those ambient sounds were absolutely on point. The 7.1 sadly on this is a bit meh. I wouldn't really bother with that at all. Sadly, it's where all the good ends. When you come to listen to music, especially on PC, I found that although the bass was remarkably clear, it was also kind of washing out the other sounds, which is upsetting. Now, I've used the Setter Corsa in the background just for those engine sounds. Now give this a bit of a listen. I love how the HyperX Cloud 2s actually bring through all those wonderful engine notes. You get all of the crackling and popping. But let's take a look at the software now. So this is the Ingenuity software from HyperX, and as you can see, it's fairly standard to the rest of them. You just select your device as it stands here, and you'll see that this is remarkably sparse. There's very little you can actually do within this software that you can't do on the headset. In fact, the only thing you can do in the software that you can't do on the headset is change the mic volume. Now, I'd never really go above 80. To be clear, everything else you can change. So you've got the mic monitor in here, on and off, all nice and simple. The 7.1 surround, all very good, and your overall volume. The volume, the 7.1 surround, and the mic monitoring can all be controlled on the headset itself. Now, Ingenuity software is for quite a big chunk of HyperX's ecosystem, if you will. So don't take it at face value. But in terms of just this headset, it's remarkably, pointless, if you ask me. There's no EQ or anything like that. But there we are. There's the bland software for the HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Let's move on. So let's start at the top and work our way down. We've got the standard branding across the headband itself, just very lovely. And the headband feels like a bit of a pleather that's got this red stitching around the side of the headband itself. And on the underside of there's about, I don't know, maybe 1/3 of an inch of padding. But this headset only comes in at just over 300 grams, so you don't really feel that mass on your head at all, and they are very comfortable. Now, the headband itself is very flexible, and it does feel rather durable, and it does always snap back to its original location from when you twist it, which is all very lovely. Now, coming away from the headband, you've got these lovely kind of red aluminium forks with this beautiful little indentation sort of design around it, just to make it look very pretty, which is all very nice. And that's connecting to the headset itself, which do have a bit of motion on the vertical, but nothing on the lateral side of it. You can't swivel these around, which is a bit irritating. And you've got what's almost a standard exposed wire for the ear cup to the headband itself nowadays, which is all very nice. Now, the microphone itself is detachable, and you can indeed remove the pop filter, but
Don't, that'll just irritate your friends. Now, on that same ear cup, which is the left ear cup, you've also got the Type-C charging. Yes, very good, very, very quick charging. And you get about 30 hours battery life from these, which also is really quite functional. The charging cable itself is only small though, we'll take a look at that later. Now coming down from there, you've got the mute switch, which also doubles up as sort of a mic control button. If you hold that down, it turns on side tone, and if you hold it down again, it turns side tone off. And obviously, if you just tap it, you do get a red LED just beneath the mic itself to let you know that you are muted. Now just next to there is the power switch. Now the power switch also doubles up as the 7.1 activation. You just hold that down for an unspecified amount of time, you'll hear a beep in your ear, the audio will go quiet, then come back up and you'll be in the DTS surround. If you just hold it down for quite a while, it'll just turn the headset on or off, and you just get a little green LED to let you know it's powered up. But all in all, they're quite a nice little headset, and I say little because it doesn't feel like a great deal of mass at all in your hand, which is very good. And when you put these on, they are very, very comfortable. There's no real bad traction with these. They feel very slidey, but once they're in place, they don't move around on your head. Now, it is a bit of a disappointment that you can't change the angle of attack of the drivers, I suppose, just because you want to find that perfect comfort level for yourself. But all in all, just with the standard setup that they've got here, they are very, very comfortable. Now, the cushioning on the ear cups themselves is about 1/2 inch thick, and it's, again, it feels like a bit of a pleather around it, but it is quite comfortable. And after a couple of hours, you do get a bit of heat build-up around the side of your head, sadly. Now, on the inside of the ear cups, thankfully, the drivers do have this padding over the top. So if you've got larger ears like me and your ear does get on the inside, you don't have to worry about any pinching or anything like that. It's all very comfortable and feels like your ears on a quilt, which is very, very nice. But all in all, I really do like the way that this headset's set up. It's that classic design. It's nice and simple. Yeah, very good. So what do we get in the box of the Cloud 2 Wireless? Well, honestly, not a great deal at all. We get the obligatory Waste of Trees paperwork, which is all lovely. Nice HyperX stuff, and the user manual there, all very good. We get an extremely short charging cable. Now, this is a Type-C cable, but it is only 1 foot long, which for my PC, which is quite a big one, it just sort of dangles if I plug it into the front panel USB. But it works, it's Type-C, I'm happy about that, happy days. Then we also get the detachable microphone and the accompanying pop filter. I'd always recommend actually using a pop filter on a mic. Your friends will be very, very grateful if you do so, because it does get a bit choppy and clippy if you don't use it without. But it is a very nice looking design of a microphone. It's just a shame you need to cover it over. Now, this mic itself is keyed, so you can't put it into the headset the wrong way round. So that's always a win. So you can only slot it in one way, all very good. And of course, we get the headset itself. Now, I like that this doesn't come with a great deal of stuff. It's just all very simple, all very basic. You can tell that the money spent on this has gone into the headset itself, which is very good, and not just on the accompanying accessories that you just really don't need nor use most of the time. But there we are. Very little comes with it. Happy days. Now, in terms of compatibility, I only ever go from what's on the box itself, and it does say in the bottom right corner that this is compatible with PC, PS4/PS5, and the Nintendo Switch. Now, in terms of using the Ingenuity software, that sadly is only usable on the PC and not with the other two. I have tested these on the PlayStation and they sound totally fine just with the stock setup, which is all very good. They are slightly quieter, however. Now, in terms of setting these up with the Nintendo Switch, it isn't a Type-C connector that you get, so you do just get a standard Type-A that you'd need to plug into the dock to get them working with the Switch itself. But yeah, it's just the standard stuff. When they're compatible with the PlayStation, they're not compatible with Xbox, and vice versa. That's just sadly the way it goes with wireless headsets. But there we are. If you're buying these for PC, by the way, the definite recommend from me. For the PlayStation, there is other competition out there that you definitely want to look into, especially headsets that are made specifically for the PlayStation. You do get a bit more bang for your buck doing it that way. But overall, if you're a PC gamer, these are a genuine steal at 120 USD. I was very, very impressed with the headset itself. Yes, the software doesn't have a great deal to it. All you really need the software for is to turn the mic volume up and down. Other than that, everything can be controlled by the headset itself. All in all, though, not a bad headset at all. Now, there will be an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. If you do use that link, I will get a bit of a kickback, which does just ultimately go back into the channel. Happy days with that. We get to make more stuff, which is all very good. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you did like the video, do leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, why not subscribe? But have a wonderful morning, evening, noon, wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.